Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making an explosion box card. So let me show you what I have so far. Alright, so I have the box and the stuff inside, and then I have the pop-outs. I've already cut them, the pop-outs, the things. Now, so this is my problem. I didn't know, well, I guess I did and didn't know, that these pieces didn't come out. That sucks. Well, because I wanted to put this little black piece in, and now I can't use this little black box. No pun intended. I guess I could use it and just put something in and just let her know, hey, take me out. Because in my head, I was like, yes, we can do this, and then she'll take these out, and then it'll be different stuff. And that's why I stamped this spider on the center of it like that. And now I'm realizing that that was a big no-no. I shouldn't have done that. So really what we're going to be doing today is decorating the box. I've inked these edges up and they look really creepy, dirty looking. And I want to say that, you know, Halloween is not really dirty and how we kind of just say, oh, it's meant to look that way. Because Halloween is very fun and clean if done right, if you celebrate it. You know, it's a lot of trick-or-treating going on. Halloween has candy, free candy for the trick-or-treaters. You get to dress up in Halloween costumes. You get to do something that you don't normally do. You get to be someone else. You get to act a certain way. The only thing that is creepy associated with it is, you know, the like the gore of Halloween, the creepiness of it. So I guess that's why people say it is like that. I've already cut out and pulled out different pieces of ephemera and things like that. And so I really don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I'm just going to take you along for the ride. I have attempted to watch some videos, and none of the videos really spoke to me like I thought that they would speak to me. Usually when I am making something, I can watch a video, and the video just does what I need for it to do. In this instance, not so much. So let's go ahead and talk about some measurements. The first piece is a 12 by 12. The second piece is an 11 by 1/8, I believe. And then this one is a 10 and a half. And I just cut them all down and folded them over into threes. The entire time I was doing this, I was like, please don't make me math. Please don't make me math. But I had to math, right? So I have these pieces that I'm going to cut out, as I've realized that these are just, really all you're doing is just this is a card in my opinion. And all you're doing is just decorating a card. So it's like a flip book, any type of little album that you have. And I'm not going to make any fold outs, I don't think, because I'm a weirdo like that, I guess. So I've made one boo-boo, and that's this little line right here. I scored it incorrectly, but I'm okay with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this a little bit different than how it normally is done, I think. Because really what you're looking at, because I'm assuming, again, I could be wrong, you're going to glue this piece down. And the only thing that they're going to see is this flip up right here. So you're supposed to decorate that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to share with you a few things that I've already done, which is nothing major. I have some stamps and stickers that I want to play around with. But I have these pieces, and this is a graphic 45 piece. And I like this little gate, and I also like these little clocks. These, I'm going to cut these out, some of these out, and just glue them down. And then these little birds and this crazy little sayings. And then these are Tim Holtz. I think these two are Tim Holtz. And you know I got to get rid of these people. I got to get these people out of my house. So I'm going to do that. And then on here, I'm going to cut these out and glue them down as well. And then I took some paper and I took my circle punch and I punched these out right here. And these are some ephemera packs from Bo Bunny. And so that's what we're going to do. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. I am doing this as a swap. So I want it to come out really, really nicely. I don't want it to look like I don't care about the project, because I really do. This is my first one. And you know, usually with your first anything, it can be a struggle. Well, let's back it up. For me, all my first are struggles. I usually struggle really hard with them. So I'm going to go ahead and use my paper trimmer to trim out these pieces, because I think they would be a lot easier to cut that way, and then I will come back. Alright, I have cut the paper down, and now what I'm going to do, since these are supposed to be, what, windows, I guess? Pop-ups? I don't know what they are. I honestly thought that you moved these things out, but now I see that you don't do that. So, I'm going to put some tape down on this little card piece. And I'm not sure if I like the explosion box, only because I guess you can make it however you want to, but I don't know why you wouldn't make it where the pieces come out. A lot of the explosions boxes I've tried to watch, of course I probably was typing in the wrong search. My searching for things is not the greatest, I will admit, but I do try to search before I go and ask questions. I just typed in explosion box tutorial in the search engine for YouTube, and I got a lot of different things. Nothing that I was like super excited to see. One had very good instructions, but no words, no, like I have to actually sit there and watch the video and write down notes, not where the person was saying, you know, anything. So I understand that not everybody wants to talk on their videos, especially if you don't speak English, but you can write English. So I know some people don't speak English and they write English better than English people do. So that's understandable. I took, what class was it? Geography? I think it was geography in college, and my teacher was Canadian. And he said that a lot of people speak English, like in China, they speak English. No, they write proper English, but they don't speak proper English. They don't speak English at all. So, you know, you can learn the language and not speak it, I guess. Not understand how to pronounce the words, but you can write it very good. Just like, you know, sometimes when you call and you get information, you know, some of those people that have 24-hour information, the information people that they have hired are not always American. And so one time I called, it was for the cable that I had at the time, and the lady was Filipino. And she was like, yep, I'm in the Philippines. I was like, what? What? And I was like, you speak very clear, concise English. Thank you so much for all your help that you provided me. She spoke better English than I did. So that's always a plus, that people can understand you. I think the problem is that we have so many, even in other countries, there's so many different dialects. There's so many, I'm going to go back in with this ink that I use, which I don't remember, but let's try it. You know, so many dialects for the English language, as well as other countries that have their own dialect. Like, for example, for Americans, you know, if we say something's cool, even though I know cool is not a good example, technically it means that it's, you know, it's not cold, but it's cool. But in slang, it means that it's good, you know, that the person likes it, that they're cool with that person. But that's not really what cool means, you know. So we've taken the slang, and just like in other countries, I speak a little bit of Italian. The more I'm away from Italy, which it seems like I'll never get a chance to go back to, I speak even less Italian. But this person I know, I bumped into someone who is Italian, and I was speaking Italian with them, and he was like, oh, so you learned how to speak English in Naples? And I was like, yes, how can you tell? He was like, you have a Neapolitan accent. And I was like, what? 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 But it's true. That's where I learned how to speak Italian. So, of course, I would have a Neapolitan accent. Makes perfect sense when you think about it in those terms. I'm going to slap a sticker on here, because why not? I think that'll be cool. I'm going to put, I made some, what are these, tags? My English is horrible, as you can tell. Usually in the morning time, I think that's when I'm the most creative. So if I'm the most creative, my words don't work properly, which is okay with me. I'm okay. I don't really have to talk in the morning time, because the big roommate is usually gone to work by that time, and the little roommate is usually asleep, and he doesn't speak English anyway. When he first wakes up, he's kind of like whiny. But his English, his words are getting so much better, which is great for myself and the big roommate. But since I'm here, I speak more of what he speaks. You know, I understand his little gibberish a lot better than his dad does. So that's really cool. Yesterday they were outside playing and a bug flew in my baby's mouth. Can you believe that? And his dad was like, what's wrong? I shoot the bug away from you. And he was still crying. He came up and he opened his mouth and it was a bug in his little mouth. I felt so bad because I hate bugs. I don't know if I've ever told y'all, bugs. I probably could deal with snakes better than I could bugs. Just so you know. I'm going to close this up really quickly because I think this little piece right here may be wrong. Hopefully it's not wrong. All right. It is a little bit too much, so I'm going to just snip it down. You know, whenever I'm telling stories like my life experiences, I tend to craft longer. It takes me a while, a little bit longer to create whatever it is that I'm trying to create. I don't mind sharing some of the stories with you all because they're not public knowledge, but I mean, it's nothing that's going to, it's not like I'm giving you the code to the, you know, the family recipe or anything like that. So, yay, I gotta fix that because now it looks weird. I'm just gonna cut this whole thing. No, then she won't know. Well, she'll know because maybe she's watching the video, but she won't see the video until after she receives the thing. So let's see. Yep, that's crooked cut, but it's okay. Let's see. That is good. So I guess I'm liking this so far. No complaints from the peanut gallery, I suppose. And I'm not going to cover everything up like I had first intended on doing, but I am going to put some of these cute little pages down. Are you a paper hoarder and are you a graphic 45 paper hoarder? The reason why I asked you that is because I like paper, as you all know, if you've been watching me craft for any number of videos. I usually slip in, I like paper, but I don't think I'm like a paper hoarder of not using it. At first I was like, I don't want to mess the paper up if I cut it wrong. Let me tell you, in creating this template, I messed up a lot of paper, okay? A lot of paper, and I was not even mad about it. I was just like, it's just paper. You know, I think over time we get to that point where we have to, you know, use it or lose it, so to speak. So I've been just like, okay, when I was digging out the papers for this, I have my papers kind of sorted in a way that makes sense to me. So all of the paper that is seasonal, I have sorted, and I have those in a special location, in a certain location, not a special location. And then all the paper that's Papersmith, I have all the Papersmith paper together, and then like all of the paper that is Recollections, I have all the Recollections together. All the die cuts with a view paper, I have all that together. All the American Craft, and you know American Craft has so many different people that fall under them. That is crazy. So I have all of the American Craft papers together. So for example, if it is Maggie Holmes, if it's Amy Tangerine, I believe she's American Craft. If it's Heidi Swap, I have all of them together. And gotta make sure I stay inside of this thing. That may not work. Okay, let's just put her here, and then we'll put a smaller one there. So I have all of those like American Craft together, and then all the specialty, like the random 1 or 2 paper pads that I probably got from a D-stash, or I just had to have because it was so cute. I have those separated like that. But all of the seasonal is labeled like Paper Studio. I put PS, Paper Studio, and then I put like all I want for Christmas. Like that. Because for me, it just works out a lot better if I do it that way versus, you know, trying to put like all the flowers together, all of this together, all of that together. I just think it works out better for me that way. But of course, you know, if it's your paper collection, you sort it however you want to sort it. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way in sorting out paper. Whatever works for you is what really matters. I know that we get a lot of tips and inspiration from the crafters and the crafters that have made themselves famous by sorting their stuff and showing us how to be better organized people. But at the end of the day, it's you in your craft room. It's you in your studio. It's you in your at your little table in the family dining room. It's your nook. So what makes you happy, I think, is really, really, really what matters the most. So let's see if I can't get two of those on there. I can. And I am just rounding the corners because I like rounded corners. Y'all know that already. I have created a project and I haven't finished it yet. But I think after this one, I'm going to go ahead and finish that project because I need to get it mailed out in a timely manner. The person is not expecting it, so it's not a big deal, but I want it to be sent in a timely manner. I'm going to pop this one up. I'm going to pop one up. This little cat paper, so cute, isn't it? I love it. And then I'm going to keep one flat. You know, I've read so many different posts about people saying they've made things for people, and the person that received it was kind of like, huh, okay, whatever. I hate to see those posts because it's just so sad when you see how people don't appreciate your hard work, and it kind of sucks. Honestly, it's not a kind of sucks. It does suck. When you work hard on something, you put your time and effort into it, and the person's like, whatever. I don't like that at all. It makes me very sad to read those kind of posts. My family had came here for Christmas in 2014. I think that's an eyeball. Yep, that's a cat's eye, I think. So let's put it the right way. One eye. That's creepy. Oh, no, it's supposed to go the other way. No, I think that's right. That's how Nicholas's eye is. Yep. And I had made my stepdad a hat. I had crocheted a hat. And so my uncle was here, and he's like, well, I want one. And my aunt's boyfriend was here, and he was like, I want one. And I was like, okay, sure, no problem. So I got out this crochet hook and the yarn, and I crocheted and I hooked it up, right? Because my family was here, and I was trying to make sure that they were all happy. And I got it together, and I made them all a hat. Whipped them all out hats, right? They was like, I want this color and this color. You know, when people get something for free, they sure can be very wanty and needy. No. So, you know, no big deal. Yep. I did it. I got it done. I completed it. I even made my aunt one. I made everybody in the family one. I made 4 or 5 hats in like when they were here, over the time that they were here. And none of them wore the hat. And I was like, what, you don't like the hat? You just asked me. You had me, and I'm very vocal when it comes to certain things sometimes, which is not always a good thing for people because they don't know how to take that. I realize that now. But I'm going to move this creepy. Yep. And I was like, what, you don't like the hat? And my aunt was like, no, I just don't want it to go to waste. I was like, it's yarn. You know, if you're not going to wear the hat, then give it back and I'll give it to someone that's more appreciative, right? That's what I told them. All of them, I actually told that. The only person that was wearing it was my aunt's boyfriend. He actually wears the hat, you know, a lot because he has a bald head. So, you know, people that have no hair tend to need to keep their head warm, right? Because that's where we lose most of our body heat from. And so I was like, you know, that really, I took all this time to, you know, I was staying up late when everybody else was going to sleep and everything. And I made those hats for them. And they did not even wear them. So, you know, I was like, well, that's it. I'm not giving y'all anything else. I'm not making anything else special. Anything like that. They wear the hats now. So sometimes you just got to let people know that they're hurting your feelings, I guess, by not appreciating what you've done for them. Like my boyfriend likes the bangles, so I always buy orange and black stuff, and I make him things with that. He has a little weirdo shrine because the garage is full of junk, so he can't have a man cave in the garage, and I have the extra bedroom for my studio. So I'm like, he was like, it's so cold outside. Did you wear the beanie I made you? No. It's with the other bangle stuff. I'm like, that is not the intent. The intent is for you to actually wear the thing that I made you. I know, and you know, he always says, I know, but no, I can't ruin it. I'm like, it's just yarn. I can always make you another one if it's that serious. Like, are you serious? Anyway, I don't know. It just hurts my feelings when people don't appreciate what you make. So it's always nice to swap with crafters because they actually know the time that it takes you to make stuff. They understand, you know, the thought process that it goes. Like, thinking of a project and decorating a project is probably the hardest thing that I do. Like, getting the paper is not a big deal, you know. Getting all the stuff together is not a big deal, but putting it together that it makes sense and it kind of flows, big deal. Definitely a big deal. And I think this would be cute like this if it was kind of like that. What y'all think? Hopefully she likes it like that. And the person that I'm swapping this with, I love her creativity so much. She does amazing work. And you know, sometimes we get down on ourselves about stuff that we make and we think that people don't like it. But, you know, she made me something before and I was just like, oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I wouldn't say I love everything that people have made for me. I love just about everything that people have made for me. Sometimes people that are crafters don't put forth effort. And that kind of sucks as well. So, yeah. And that's another reason why a lot of people don't do swaps anymore. Because you put in effort. You go through these great lengths to make something for someone. And guess what they do? They don't go through the same great lengths. I'm going to put, let's see. These things have funny writings in them. I'm not sure if you've ever noticed it. Like these obituaries. I don't think I'm going to send it to her. But like right here where it says miscellaneous sales, all buyers of iron and wire fencing, hurdles, railing gates, tree guards, etc., etc. That may be cool. I think I'm going to do the auction. We like to go to scrapbook, Goodwill and stuff like that. So that'd be cool to go in there. Like, see, that kind of stuff, when you put things in there like that, is not a big deal until the person's like actually looking at it and reading it. I'm not sure if you've read these things. I know some of you don't celebrate Halloween like that. But if you've ever read some of the things that they put on there, it is crazy. It's so funny the way they have some of the wording and the things that they have listed. It's very, very funny. Cut that off. Let's see, does that fit? Nope. Cut it off a little bit more. How about now? Yep, and I didn't do a good job. Let's see if I can't make this straight. Alrighty. It's still crooked. Can you see? It's still crooked. This girl here. That's as good as it's gonna get in a straight department, I guess. And did y'all notice I didn't round the edges and everything? But you don't have to round the edges and everything, do you? Yes, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. Personal preference always, 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 always. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be decorating the back of these things, but I am. I just want to get the front down. Again, there's no rhyme or reason of how I've chose to put this on there. Alright, so I just put that little kitty cat on there. And I like it so far. I love that I have never did this before. And I think it's turned out okay. Let's see. I think we're going to put these clocks here as well. And so what I do with the circular pieces, I just kind of come in and use my circle hole punch and punch them out. When I bought these stashes from people in the past, I had never understood why their paper had punches like this, and now I understand how and why. And then I'm going to come over here and do this little one. Oh. And this one as well. Be because I'm going to, if I can find the ones that just flew away, I'm going to put the clocks all around the page. So let's see how this is going to work out. Time waits for no one, right? I had pulled out like all kinds of Halloween stamps and everything, and I'm like, maybe I can just use the ephemera and see how that works. Let's see, we're going to put this one right here in this corner. Working out great. Working out great. We're at 25 minutes. Good grief. I don't know. I may speed this video up. I don't know. Because I'm just doing a start to finish. And you know, sometimes start to finish take forever. Especially when you talk a lot. And you all know that I talk a lot. I hope all the junk has not got you lost on what we're working on. I have all these things here. I had told Christy before that I was going to do a project where I was going to take everything and just throw it on the desk and clean the desk up by making a project. So like say if I was going to make some earrings, I would put like 20 pieces of jewelry pieces down. All the things you need to make earrings, and then make it from there. I don't know. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but that's what I thought I was going to do. And I haven't done that yet. Okay, so I don't want to go over 30 minutes. So this is how the box is going to look. I'm going to take some of this little ribbon right here and wrap it up. And then what I'm going to do is show you what we've done. And I think that I'm going to decorate the other side as well, like the back sides, I think. So since I have already pulled all the stuff out, I am going to do that. Inside of here, I have some little bit of spangles, these right here, inside of this little thing. And then this is how it's supposed to look, holiday greetings, but it wants to do its own thing, which is fine with me, no big deal. I put this little spider in the middle. And I think right here, I'm going to put this little black box in here, and I'm going to put some candy in there for her. And then I guess you turn this thing around. That's how it's going to be designed. It's a circle box. Yeah. This on here. This right here. And then you can just flip it up. And it has that. And I think I'm going to decorate the other sides. I think. Maybe not everyone, but some of them. And then on the inside of here, I have these little tags that I cut. And then here. Which is really cool. I like it. I'm very happy with it. And then, so what I'm going to do now, not with you all, but I'm going to just embellish the outside of the box a little bit, as well as this right here. I had pulled out a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to use the stuff that I pulled out, because usually what happens when I pull out the stuff, I don't use it all and it gets just tossed to the side, and I don't want to do that. I actually want to use the stuff that I pulled out for this project. I think I'm going to make another tag and put this tag on here like that. So I want to say thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.